All right, here we go. Good morning and welcome. All right, this will be an exciting morning, and in a moment you'll see why. But first of all, let's see who here had a great long weekend. Type in a yes if you had a great long weekend. All right, good, fantastic. And who here wants to make money with trading? Okay, type in a yes in the chat box. Fantastic. And who here wants to make so much money with trading so that you can travel the world and live the lifestyle you always dreamed about? Yes, 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 absolutely. So let's see, how many of you want to get as much as possible out of our time together today? Oh, yes, I want that for you because for most of you here with us today, this is going to be a long term relationship between us. I promise you, because once I show you how simple this is, once I show you an easy way to trade, once you realize that this actually works, once you realize that you can do this too, once you see that this can give you the freedom you want, you'll want to hang out with me for a lifetime. I promise you that. All right. So here's what we're going to do today. Today is all about you. Today, I want to say it's open mic. I'm going to answer your questions. Now, don't be scared about open mic. You just type in your questions in the chat box here. And I see that most of you have already found the chat box. This is where you type in the yes. Okay, exactly. So we'll look at the markets first and then type in the questions that you have for me. And we'll just spend some time answering all your questions, whatever it might be. All right. So whatever is on your mind, whatever is it that you always wanted to ask me, let's do this. But first, so let's take a look at the markets here. Overall, if you look at the three indices, the E-mini S&P in the upper left, the E-mini Nasdaq in the middle, in the upper middle, and the E-mini Dow in the upper right, as you can see, all of them rather flat. So we're up a tick here on the E-mini S&P. We're down a tick on the Nasdaq since Friday's close, and we are up a tick here on the mini Dow. I guess it was a good thing that the markets were closed yesterday in the US because overseas the markets were rather shaken. So there's new concerns about North Korea and what's going on there. So I believe this will be the focus for traders this week. Because let's take a look at the economic calendar that we have here for this week. And as you can see, it is rather light. There's not much going on today. We see factory orders, which is an orange report, so not really a whole lot going on. Tomorrow we have the ISM non-manufacturing PMI, and then on Thursday we have unemployment claims and crude oil inventories. But as you can see, it's a rather light calendar. So therefore, I believe that all eyes will be on North Korea and what's happening there. Now, let's take a look at crude oil here as well. This morning on the rise, look at this, up almost 3%. So you might wonder, why is that? And this is because demand for crude oil is rising again. Last week in a coffee with Markus, we talked about it, that because of the Hurricane Harvey, many of the refineries had to shut down. Now, obviously, the refineries are that are demanding crude oil. So therefore, demand for crude oil was going down. And this is, if you look at the big picture here, so I want to look at daily charts. Let's hop over to crude oil. So this is why during the hurricane, crude oil prices went as low as $46. Now, as of this morning, we received reports that the refineries are up and running again. Not all of them, but most of them. And therefore, gas prices are going to drop. And you might have seen it at the pump already. So gas prices are going to drop here. And this is where crude oil is now in more demand. And this is why this morning it is shooting up almost 3%. So also take a look at the big picture of the Dow Jones. Where do we stand? So we're clawing our way back to the 22,000 level. So 21,987. It seems that we are cracking 22,000 again today. And let's see if the Dow can close above the 22,000 level. So overall, this is where we stand in the markets. But you see, it doesn't really matter what the markets are doing, because if you're an active day trader, I mean, this is where you have beautiful opportunities. And I already received texts this morning from our inner circle and mastermind students who said, yes, I have already achieved my goal for today. Okay, that is fantastic. That's exactly what we want to see, right? So again, crude oil on the rise here. We also have gold and bonds up both 0.5%. Again, the flight to safety because we don't know what's going on there in North Korea. This crazy guy, I mean, somebody have to put him in check. So we'll see what happens here throughout the course of the week. All right, but now, as promised, let me open the questions box and let's see what questions do you have. All right, fantastic. And so, Donald would like to ask how to place an options order. Okay, we can do this. Um, Eric is asking, does PowerX Analyzer work with any brokerage account or is there a specific brokerage account? No, you can work with any brokerage account. So you see, that's the beautiful thing. What you're getting here are the signals, what you're supposed to do. And then you open your brokerage platform. And on your brokerage platform, this is where exactly you are entering the order, right? And it can be Interactive Brokers. That's a platform that I personally use. It can be Thinkorswim. It can be E-Trade. It can be Charles Schwab. Whatever and whoever you have, it doesn't really matter. So it's not tied to a brokerage. You're just getting the signal and then you open your platform and you enter the signals there. Okay, is this making sense? Good, fantastic, Eric. Okay, Richard is asking, why are there no binary option signals today? You see, Richard, this is a great question, but what do we experience the day after a holiday? The markets are rather undecided and they're a little bit all over the place. So we have been testing it. As you know, we've been trading binary options for several years. And it seems that the day after a major holiday, especially now after a long weekend, yesterday there was Labor Day here in the United States. This is why the exchanges were closed. Anyhow, on that day, it seems that now we first need a normal trading day, right? So that binaries can get back on track. So this is why we are not issuing any trading signals for binaries the day after a major holiday. You will see the same thing for example, the day after Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is on a Thursday. For Friday, we will not issue any binary option signal. Okay, is this making sense? So that is why. All right, cool. Walker said, I installed the new PXA build last night and could not get any stocks in the scanner. Yes, you are right. So this was resolved at 1 a.m. this morning. So if right now you go to the scanner, right mouse click and say reload scanner, you'll have it. And you see the scanner now. If you hit the optimizer, you know that we have done some optimization there. It is now really, really fast. So this morning it took me 6 minutes to do the scan. And depending on your computer, it might take you a little bit longer, but it used to be between 15 and 30 minutes, and now it is between 5 and 10 minutes. So you're going to love it. So, all right. Let's see what other questions we have. Donald, and we get back to you here in a minute. Okay. How do stop orders work when buying? Okay, that is a fantastic question. So let me just show you how a stop order works when buying. You know what? Let's just use the gold chart here. Oh no, you know what? Let's use crude oil. Why not? Crude oil, and I'm just giving myself a little bit space above here. So let's say that you're placing a stop order to buy at 48.80. This means that as soon as prices hit 48.80, your order is converted as a market order. And as a market order, right now, you are getting filled of wherever the bid and ask is. Now, for liquid stocks and liquid markets, it will be very close to this price. So you might get a cent of slippage maybe at 48.81. Sometimes you get positive slippage at 48.79. But most of the time, you'll see that you get filled at 48.80. As long as prices are staying below 48.80, nothing is happening. Now, one of the concerns is always, okay, what happens if the market gaps up the next morning? Okay, so let's say you're placing an order at 48.80 before the markets open, and the next morning the markets open, let's say at 49. Since we are now trading above 48.80, it means that your stop order is getting triggered right now, and your order is being executed as a market order at the current price, which is probably right there at $49, right? Could be 49.01, could be 48.99, but this is where it is triggered right away. Okay, so this is how stop orders work. Now, on the other hand, let's talk about limit orders. Now, a limit order means that, let's say you want to buy at 48.20. Let's do this. If you want to buy at 48.20, a limit order means you want to buy at this price or better. What does or better mean? It means that at 48.20 or below. So as long as prices are trading above 48.20, nothing is happening. As soon as prices are being trading at 48.20 or below, this is when you'll see that that your order is getting filled right there. Okay, so these are the differences between the stop order and the market order. Okay, cool. So let's go back to your questions here. Let's see. We had the stop order. So Richard is asking, if you are in a short stock, say A, and PowerX Analyzer gives a buy signal, does this mean you get out of A and go with the buy signal for stock A? Yes, Richard, exactly. If you are short and now PowerX Analyzer is issuing a long position, it means that you're reversing your position. So let's just say that you are short. Let's assume that we were short 77 of ASPS. I mean, just for demonstration purposes here. And now you get a buy to open. So what you need to do right now is you buy 154 shares, 2 times 77 shares, right? Because the first one is to close your initial short position, and now you want to establish a long position for 77. Does this make sense? All right, cool, fantastic. Molly is asking, can you show us where to find the binary signals? Absolutely, I'll be happy to do this. So all you need to do is you go to rockwelltrading.com. When you go to rockwelltrading.com, you see on the right-hand side that you can enter your username and password. So you have a username and password that you enter here. It will log you in and then say, hi, Markus. Or for me, for unknown reasons, somebody changed my first name to Juan in our database. So ha ha ha, very funny. I have a really funny team here. Anyhow, now you go to the members area, and when you go to the members area, you see that there's the new redesigned members area. And when you scroll down here, first of all, there's a quick video that explains how to use the members area. And when you are in software and systems and you scroll down, this is where you see binary options. You click on binary options, and this is where you see the trading signals for Nadex. So right now you see that there's none, 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 none. So there's nothing here for today. What you definitely want to do is you want to opt in for the binary options text signals. So as you scroll down here, you see get trade alerts as text messages. So you want to do this because we are sending you a text message whenever something is triggered. So click on this one, and all you need to do is click on configure your trading alerts. This is where you're just entering your phone number. Right here, you see the email address. This is your email address, obviously, and your cell phone number. And send a test message, and then you're getting a test message. Now, from then on, whenever a binary option signal is triggered, this is when you're receiving a text message. Okay, Molly, is this making sense? Is that helpful? All right, cool. Very, very good. Now, Joe is saying, I don't see anything other than headings and the empty option columns when I click on the options tab. All right. It is very important that, Joe, under view, you say show options. Okay. Show options. This is, you have to have it checked. Otherwise, nothing is happening. And now if you click on the options tab, you see it's all in there. So go to ASPS and you should see the same options here. Okay. So Joe, this is how it works. You need to make sure that you say show options. Now, why do we make this optional? Well, if you're not trading options, unselect this because it will make PowerX Analyzer even faster, because then we don't have to do the options. We don't have to use the options data, right? We don't have to load it, and therefore it will be way faster. All right, so this is how this works. Okay, TJ says, I was a member. How do I get reestablished? Shoot us a quick email to support@rockwelltrading.com or give us a call. The quickest way is actually email. So you see, if you here click on contact us, you'll see there's support@rockwelltrading.com, or you can just paste a question here. It doesn't really matter. That is the easiest way, TJ. And right now, we have support 6 days a week for 20 hours a day. And right now, I'm working on it that we have support 7 days a week and 24 hours a day. So we are very close. Again, we're at 20 hours and 6 days a week. So you should get a question. You should get a response here really, really, really quick. All right, cool. So the markets are open. Let's see where we opened here. Overall, again, it seems to be a pretty uneventful opening. Yep. So E-mini S&P at the unchanged mark. Both the Dow and the Nasdaq are dropping here a little bit. Again, we have a report coming out at 10 o'clock. So at 10 o'clock, we have the factory orders that could move the markets here. Okay. So anyhow, what other questions do you have around trading and what is going on in the markets? We have a few more minutes to hang out, so why not ask all the questions that you always wanted to ask me? Or are you a little bit shy here this morning? All right, let me just remove these things. Oh yeah, Donald. Okay, how to place an options order. Absolutely. Let me do this. Let me show you how to place an options order. So let's just slide this over here. Okay, and let's talk about the options order. So here you see a platform, and I need to, something is a little bit off here. There we go. It's the clock. I need to move the clock out of the way. So let's see. Let's just use an example here. Let's see what is happening here today. So we have ASPS. It's a good one. 9 wins, 12 losses. ATSG. 9 wins, 11 losses, profit factor of 3.07. Overall, that looks like a decent stock. BETR, so that's a nice one. 9 losses, 9 wins. DDD, this is what came up in the scanner today. You know what? Let's just use ATGS. Why not? I mean, just randomly here right now. Okay. So, if you want to trade the options of ATSG, first of all, you check the options tab and you see which is the option that you like to trade. So do you like the conservative or the medium aggressive one? Again, do not trade the aggressive one. I personally do not like it. So here you got to see, okay, the reward and the risk. Do you want to risk 50 cents trying to make $2.63, or do you want to risk 33 cents trying to make $1.67? I like to go with this one. So very, very important. The first thing that we need to see is that we have to have traded with the stock through this price, through the 23.57. So let's bring up the stock here. Let's just quickly see. I'm going to bring up that stock. What was it? ATGS, right? So ATGS. So that's the most important thing, that first of all, you see, did we trade? Oh, that's not the one. ATGS, I believe that's the one, right? Let's quickly go back to PowerX Analyzer. ATSG. Geez, okay. ATSG, okay. So this is why I don't find it. ATSG. There we go. Okay. So we want to make sure that we traded through the price that we wanted to buy at. And yes, sure enough, this morning we did. So because we want to buy at 53.57, and this morning we traded as high as 23.57, and we traded as high as 23.71. So this is how high we traded. So 23.71. So we are, and I'm just going to mark it here. So we are triggered. Okay, as you can see, that's the high, and making it a little bit bigger here so that we can all see it. There we go. And we wanted to see if we got through 23.56, right? So we're good. We are clear to trade here. So now what we want to do is go back to PowerX Analyzer, look at the options tab and say, okay, we're looking for an option for this stock at a strike price of 22.5, 45 days to expiration. Okay, so which expires in October 20th, and we do not want to pay more than $1.86. So let's go to our trading platform. This is where right now first we look for the stock ATSG. Okay, ATSG, we bring up the options chain. As we bring up the options chain, we want to go for the strike of 22.5. But very, very, very important. First of all, look for the right expiration. The right expiration is the October expiration. The October expiration right here, we want to click on this. And now we look for the 22.50 call. That is the one that we want to trade. 22.50 call right here. So let's select this one. We're selecting this one, and you see right now the bid is at $1.40 and the ask it is at $2. Now, in this case, since I can watch the markets here, I would go for the midpoint, and the midpoint would be $1.70. As you can see, we do not want to pay more than $1.86. If right now we can get it for $1.70, good for us. So I want to give it a shot. I would place the order at $1.70 here. And again, we want to buy this call. The quantity is up to you based on your risk management, right? And this is where we use a limit order. And the limit order, we can use $1.70 and see if we can get in. If after a few minutes you see, oh my gosh, I'm not getting filled, raise your bid to $1.75 and you'll be just fine, right? See, right now, this is where we would place it. I'm not placing the order right now because right now I'm not interested in trading this option here right now. But Donald, this is how you would do it, okay? And then you hit submit. Always a day order, always a day order. So don't go with GTC. GTC is for stop losses and profit targets only, okay? So, Sally is asking a great question here. When trading the options, are we concerned with the open interest or lack of open interest? Nah. You see, you're more concerned about the bid-ask spread. So the big bid-ask spread right now is, what is it here? 30 cents. I mean, that's fine because this is how you can get in right now, probably at $1.55, right? Maybe $1.60, which is better than the price that we calculated. The price that we calculated is the fair value. So if you can get it at a better price, you're good. And you see, since you're not day trading it, Sully, you're not too concerned about it. If you want to day trade options and get in and out, yes, then you should be concerned. But look at the size here. I mean, the size that is being offered at the bid and the ask is pretty decent. I mean, we're talking about 414 options. Keep in mind, this is 414 times 100 because they come in 100 packs. And you have 145 being offered here, and this is 145 times 100. So you're talking about 14,500. So, I mean, there's good volume here, okay? So that's why I'm not concerned here about the open interest, okay? All right, cool. Hope that helps. All right, Donald, is this helpful? Does this help you how to place an options order? Okay, very, very cool. All right, now with this said, then let's wrap it up because we have been on here a little bit longer than I planned to be. And again, I also want to be respectful of your time. We said that we usually do it for 20 minutes in the morning. We have been on for 25 minutes, but you see, this morning I wanted to spend some time to talk to you, answer your questions. All right, tomorrow we're going to talk about binary options. So for those of you who are interested in binary options, we're going to talk more about it tomorrow morning. That's what we're going to do on the next Coffee with Marcus. All right, fantastic. I wish you all a great day. I hope that you had a relaxing weekend and now go and make some money in the markets. All right. Okay, fantastic. Have a terrific day. I'll talk to you tomorrow morning. Take care.